you're still gonna tune in, you're still gonna listen, right? So I really wasn't thinking of that when I was going, right? And I started thinking, who's a Tuesday night fight, big heavyweight that I used to see that never accumulated to nothing, but at the time it seemed like he was gonna beat somebody. His name was Samson Pa'ua.
Yes.
He used to fight on Tuesday
Yes,
night
the
fights.
Hawaiian punch.
Yeah, man, and he was actually really dope. And then he fought Galata. And
Andrew Galata bit him in the neck. Andrew Galata bit him in the neck. Well, Andrew Galata's a dirty ass fighter. That the Polish fucking fighter.
Listen, by the way, it doesn't surprise me. Galata bit him, by the way. That's not where I was going with it.
Pahua was big. He was big. He looked like me. Big and just fucking, he's a big boy.
And listen, and was never anything after that bite. That's crazy to me, bro. That
damn, Samson Pa'ua.
Samson Pa'ua. A name from the past and a name that was Tuesday night fights.
I'm gonna say another name right now.
In
the same fucking sector. And my brother laughed at me and thought I was fucking lying and making believe in that shit, but I'm dead ass fucking serious. This is a fucking African fucking fighter, and he was a Tuesday night favorite. Courage Shabalala.
Oh, Courage Shabalala, yeah.
Courage Shabalala was a fucking beast. And in all actuality, he actually fought both the cats that we just fucking discussed.
Yeah.
Samson Pa'ua and Jamie Thunder.
Man.
Unfortunately for Courage, because again, as tough as he was,
what memories, bro?
As tough as he was, he lost to both them cats. They both slapped him. But Courage was a beast, though. He did face a couple of fucking solid opposition and handle his business. But I just remember a core memory for me. That name. That fucking name was like, what the fuck? But he was a big, strong motherfucker. He was so boss. I was a big fan of his ass, and I enjoyed watching his fights. But those two cats did get him, but I was a fan of all three of them.
Yeah,
Dead ass was.
That's so nutty, man. It's going back in memories, right, and thinking back of the good old times of boxing, man. So many fucking fights, bro. So many fucking fights. What are some memorable matchups that you looked forward to when you were young, bro? Like when you were a teenager and there was going to be a big fight. Like I can tell you one of the ones for me, and mind you, for people that know me, I'm not a big Oscar De La Hoya fan at all. I remember he was going to fight Ike Cortez, and man, I so looked forward to that fight. And man, did that fight deliver.
Oh my God.
My respect level for Oscar definitely went through the roof after that fight.
I stand today as Oscar had probably the biggest 12 round that anybody could fucking have, minus a fucking TKO stoppage. Yeah. But with that though, Ike Cortez was denied victory. Shout out to Bazooka.
Jab, man.
Ghana, African fucking fighter. Ghana, Google him.
Jab. Look, if
Ike
y'all don't
Cortez.
know Ike Cortez, go look up Bazooka Jab.
What a beast,
man.
What a
this
beast.
Dude used to knock fools down and sometimes out with his jab, bro. That's how much bazooka he had in there, bro. That's incredible, bro. That's a name from the past. When I
do you remember the California surfer, the Huntington boy, who was Tito Ortiz's homeboy and faced Ike Cortez, Trinidad, Obacar.
Who are you talking about?
Jose Luis Lopez. The Mexican that had his fucking hair, he had a fucking faux hawk and everything, man. Him and Ike Cortez, they fought to a draw.
What?
Hold on. Wait, Ike Cortez was originally awarded the victory, but they had to fucking recount. There was a recount, and it was fucking declared a fucking draw. But Jose Luis, that was his fame. He never fucking won a title or never beat anybody of significance. But he took Ike Cortez, who proved that he was a fucking beast, and took his ass to the gauntlet, bro.
By the way, this has nothing to do with anything, but I'm sitting here reflecting, and you know that me and you have never smoked inside this studio here at Ikon Radio, even though we're privileged enough to light up whenever we want. And like dumbasses, we went outside and smoked. And we could have easily had our first smoke session in here while we were doing this talking, and we would now have 50 minutes instead of the 30 we already have. I don't know why.
So what are you saying?
I don't know why I went to... No, by the way, right now I can't anymore, because...
Yeah, I'm high, good, so high. Hey, we're 420... We're 420 friendly. Hey, by the way, sidebar...
Listen, I was foreshadowing for what I'm about to tell you.
Hold on, real quick. Shout out to my fucking mans at work. Joe, I appreciate the love and support. My boy fucking talks to me all the time. He's throwing suggestions. He got some words for you too, man. He's gonna be jumping in the comments. He got something to say about you, dog. For real, for
really?
real.
Really?
Hey, but for real though.
What did I do?
Nah. We'll get there.
I'll take the word.
Hey, but he was all like, oh, that episode. My point is, he was like, that episode where you got that big old, and I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, we're 420 friendly, bro, because he's talking about the episode where you fucking gave me the sponsorship fucking bong with the LP and shit.
Yeah, man. Man, hey, listen. So I was foreshadowing a little bit to let everybody know. I don't know why my brain was wired in this.
We're freelancing right now, bro.
No, listen, and you know what? It
made
made
me,
the
weed.
while your description of what you were describing of the boxer that I didn't know who you were describing who fought all of them, and you were describing the Frohawk and everything else that went with it and everything. I don't know why, but what it made me think about was when, oh man, what is his name? The dude that knocked out Sugar Ray. What is his name?
Camacho?
No, the knocked out Sugar Ray before Camacho. And the first time, obviously not the first time Sugar Ray retired, but the first time Sugar Ray retired in the 90s. Oh man, was it Norris?
Oh, terrible Terry Norris.
Terry Norris, right?
Terrible Terry Norris. 154-pound fucking fight.
Was it Terry Norris that lost to the guy who got clipped and then got knocked out and then looked up and the referee was like,
oh,
he stayed
twice.
I don't know why. That's where my mind went right now when you were speaking.
What the hell is that son of a bitch name? Hey, Terry Norris.
And that's why. That
was two DQ.
Lost the world.
Santana, Luis Santana.
Oh,
Luis Santana was a fucking joke. I think he was Argentine. I don't know if he was Argentinian.
Argentinian. Dude was Argentinian, definitely.
It was Santana, bro. That was his fucking name. He's a 2-time 154 fucking pound champion, and it's fucking pathetic because both times he sold a bullshit fucking shot.
Straight up, like
Terry Norris maybe hit him like in the side. Like it wasn't even like that. Like he fucking flopped. Like he literally was like, ooh. That was a fucking joke. Man. And they gave him the fucking bout. They rematched. And he did it again, and it was more goofy and fake. Remember, he was he literally like a fish out of water. He was like, He was acting like a fucking fool. And the officials were like, there's nothing else we can do. He retains his belt. And while he's in a stretcher being carried because he refused to get up, he had a smile on his face. The camera caught him on a stretcher with the belt on his fucking goddamn fucking torso. And he's all like, still champion. What a fucking joke.
The chump, man.
He's the shittiest fucking champion of all time, bro.
Man. Hey, shout out to Canelo Alvarez no longer being the shittiest champion of all time for Mr. LP. I love it. See, I told you I be making miracles happen around this place.
Wait. I never said he was.
Well.
I give respect where it's due.
Well, listen. Hey, I'm thinking back to my youth, right? So you were giving me Tuesday night fights. That's what you told me to come up with. I came up with a couple ideas. We bounced around a couple ideas. Man, It was great. We lived that. Do you remember the fight between the thin man Maurice Blocker and Simon Brown?
I absolutely fucking do.
I don't know why that one popped into my head, but I could definitely remember that as a youth. That was one of those fights that I watched and I was like bedazzled. I was like,
that was 93, 94. Maurice Blocker. That was Maurice Blocker's fucking coming home or coming out party.
Coming out party.
He beat top 10 pound for pound all time great in the Jamaican Simon motherfucking Brown. What a great fighter, man, by the way. What a great fucking fighter. And he got the title. But I know where you're going with this after that. What happened?
Well,
afterwards?
no, I mean, it didn't happen for a couple fights with Trinidad, bro. I mean, the Trinidad knockout was what made it amazing right after that.
Because Maurice solidified and proved that he was a legit fucking champion.
Listen, Maurice Blocker
and he was
dope.
And he was. No, he was. He 100% was.
Young lion that caught an old lion at the right time.
And in all actuality, don't go there. Not because he was Puerto Rican.
Oh,
but
no.
I was picking Maurice Blocker. I was all like, Maurice is way too fucking polished.
That would have been before the time anyway.
Maurice also beat Vincent Petway, who knocked out Simon Brown.
See, man, we popping up with some names today, bro.
Who knocked out Simon Brown when Simon Brown, remember, he was laid out on his back and he was still throwing punches. Man, y'all need to Google that shit. Vincent Petway KO Simon Brown.
Yeah, man.
What? It's actually the most brutal fucking KO I ever seen.
I used to love how back in the day, man, and some of these were what the Chavez undercards, bro. I mean, the Chavez undercards always had a lot of these fights.
Hey, hold on. Shout out to King Vision. Them Don King fucking pay-per-view cards were stacked. Yeah. Hey, we're talking about. Hold on. We saw El Finito Lopez.
You saw the Roylas brothers.
We saw the. You saw fucking Chavez as the co-main event, Mike Tyson as the main event. We're talking about 4 or 5 championship bouts.
That's if you're going with Tyson as the main event, right? But when Chavez was the main event, for example, though, you still would see classic fights that would happen, right? I mean, Azuma Nelson, Jesse James happened on the Chavez
classic
card, you know what I mean? Like, some of those fights were crazy. But then also tragedies happened on some of those cards, too. Jimmy Garcia getting killed by Gray Brothers happened on one of those cards, man. So,
Rest in peace, Jimmy.
But what you can say about those 90s cards, man, for me, that was the golden era of boxing, right? I lived through the 90s, and people love the 80s, but I caught the end of the 80s. I didn't really catch the whole 80s. I was blessed enough to catch the 80s.
The sport was still super hot in the 90s, man, early 90s.
And so for me, it was I got a chance to witness some GOAT level fighters, right? Julio Cesar Chavez was, man, he was something else, bro. He was almost like a mythical creature when you would watch him fight. I remember thinking when Frankie Randall dropped him that I had to.
You know.
I just see that Chavez got dropped.
You know what's fucked up? Steve Albert's call. Unfortunately, lives in my mind rent free, and every few fucking weeks or months, I hear that shit in my head because I'm a boxing head. I'm always thinking about it. Boxing. Down goes Chavez for the first time in his career. Unbelievable. That shit was unfucking believable indeed.
He was human. For the first time,
man,
Mexican boxing fans had to accept the fact that Julio Cesar Chavez was human. It was for the first time that they looked on and said, "Oh my God, he just fell," and it was crazy. It was crazy to see it happen at the time when it happened, right? And then to then realize that Chavez was human, but he also had some of that extra cut from a different cloth thing, man. Because when he came back in the rematch against Frankie Randall, he won. He won the rematch, man. I mean,
it was ugly though.
I didn't say it was pretty, but he won, and it took balls for him to actually come back.
You know, they fought 3 times, right?
Yeah. And to be perfectly honest, all 3 were very entertaining fights. Now, Frankie Randall.
Shout out to the surgeon.
Yeah, shout out to the surgeon. And now I'm gonna say
Frankie Randall.
And now I'm gonna say the most fucked up thing I can say. If that was 5 years earlier, Chavez knocked him out in 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah, of course. He caught him in the right place, right time. No doubt about that shit.
No.
Because Frankie Randall, as dope as he was at that moment, he was never that guy. You catch what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
He was never, Yeah, you guys listening to it in? Do you even know who the fuck he is? You catch my drift? He was never that guy.
Listen, they do know who he is because
a footnote.
He beat Chavez.
A footnote.
Hey, listen.
But he's not that guy, though. That's what I'm saying. He's not that guy.
Frankie Randall dropping him didn't hurt as much as.
Do you remember
Willie Wise beating him, bro?
When we saw that shit fucking live, right? It was here at the Suns Arena.
Oh, Willie Wise beating him, bro.
It was at the Suns Arena, right?
Yes, it was at the Suns Arena, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
Man. I can't even talk about it. That's to what level that one is with me, right?
And all respect to my boxing fan, because I'm just gonna share because we're speaking boxing, but he was a star in his own right. Ernie Gonzalez, or in the boxing world knows him as Jesus Gonzalez. He fell a little short on a couple of efforts of trying to get to the fucking championship level, but that night too, I'm sorry, man, but he took that L versus Jose Luis Zertuche.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Zertuche ended up taking on fucking Kelly Pavlik afterwards and got his ass knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
He didn't win, but anyways, though, that night was pretty fucking ugly. It was terrible. I ended up going down right across the street because the America West Arena at that point, what it was called, I don't know what it's called now, but Jackson's on 3rd, the club. I went over there and drank Marsaros away, and I released some stress afterwards. Yeah.
Hey, listen. So also in the 90s, though, right? You're from Arizona. Michael Carbajal was doing his work here in the 90s, bro.
Come on now.
When Chiquita Gonzalez and Michael Carbajal fought, bro, it was the pinnacle of the sport because
For
of
the-
what had
for
been.
the-
I mean, and what
They made history.
yeah, and also
The first guys under heavyweight to get $1 million paycheck.
and also for
That's how
what
big
they
that
had-
was.
What they had accomplished up to that level too, man. Michael Carbajal had actually beaten Scotty Olsen.
Undefeated Canadian fucking badass.
And big shout out.
And
to my friend
shout out to
Olsen,
Scotty
man.
the Bulldog.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to you, man. And Carbajal had to work for that win, man. And that was a huge win. And then Chiquita had done his work too, and they were two champions at the peak level. To
You know
me,
what?
and we've spoken about this because we're from Arizona. And we always speak on well, who's the greatest fighter from Arizona first. And I mean, there's no doubt Carbajal, right? But we
shout out
speak-
to Luis Espinoza, the first
first
champion of AZ.
Yeah, straight up, right?
The sharpshooter.
I'm gonna tell you though, and I had this conversation with him. To me, the D-backs have been world champions here. The Suns have gotten to a couple NBA finals. The Cardinals have reached the Super Bowl. To me, the biggest sports event that had ever happened in Arizona, or what meant the most to Arizona, was when Michael Carbajal knocked out Chiquita Gonzalez in that first fight. Man, if you were from Phoenix, you were ecstatic. Man.
I was a tween. No, I was a teen. I was either 13 or 14 years old when that fight took place. And at this point,
and he was really skinny back then.
and at that point, I met and known Carbajal for a while. He's always been a fixture within the sport of boxing, and more importantly within the community. He used to go to the amateur fights and support all of us youngsters that wanted to fucking be a champion. The champion would be there watching us fight, and it was just surreal, you know. We all were like in awe. But I remember just sitting out there just having this long conversation with that man. I got nothing but respect for Michael Carbajal. I mean, I get it. He was a knucklehead. He's made some terrible fucking decisions and stuff, and people hate regarding how he carried himself. But man, respect to the dude, because it's even now, even now, he's still in the game, bro. Training fighters. You can see him at the local fucking fights in the corner working fucking fights, amateur or pro.
Not just at the local fights. Here's something that he said, right? Michael Carbajal was something for us in the 90s. He then progressed to be something else after that in the 2000s. And this is what I mean by that. When it came to a community, when it came to how he's able to stay relevant in the community and be seen in the community, he's got his gym right there in the hood, right in the middle of the hood. For me, and this is a crazy story for me, you probably don't even know this story. My sons watch fights with me. My wife watches fights with me. My daughters will tune in for some of the big fights. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, it's usually my wife or my sons that are watching.
Right.
My youngest son, for one example, he really loves to see the replays of Mike Tyson with me. We've really gone through Trinidad and Tyson, a lot of the big fights. And so he's probably the one who's watched the most fights with me. And it's weird that it ties into Michael Carbajal, because he's got no clue who Michael Carbajal is. He's that young in the game and not enough experience within what he's watched to know who Michael Carbajal is. But he knows him on a different level. Because when we used to live in Phoenix, my wife used to take her bike to work. Boom, 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 boom. And she used to have a seat where Steven would ride in that seat, and they would ride every day. And their path would go right to the main street, right there, right in front of Carbajal's gym, whom they would see all the time. So Michael Carbajal was even that much of a staple in the community, where my wife just riding her bike to work would actually
safe and sound.
Michael Carbajal,
and yeah, don't get it twisted.
That's
Carbajal is a hood motherfucker, and he basically bought out the whole block.
Yeah,
in the hood. His whole family lives there. His boxing gym's there. 9th Street fucking boxing gym. It's on 9th Street, Roosevelt, just south of Roosevelt. Hood, but respect to the fucking Carbajal family. And that's a fixture. He is a boxing icon.
Yeah, man.
There's not even a debate.
So to me,
he is the greatest Phoenix, of our fucking state.
100%. And to me,
and we also got Zora Foley from back in the 70s.
You got to be able to throw Carbajal beating Chiquita as the greatest sports moment ever in Arizona.
Yeah.
So to me, that actually plays out, right? I think of a young Trinidad doing his work on some of those undercards, and then gaining enough momentum to then start taking some of his own, headline pay-per-views. But I also remember at that time when he fought Yori Boy Campers and watching.
Oh my God! No, but
Trinidad got dropped in that fight, and then his dad said,
Get it together.
Go back out there and knock him out.
That fucking short left hand on the inside that fucking Yuri boy fucking hit him with. Like, it was seriously like, it was like a 6-inch punch. Bink! And put him right on his ass, bro.
Listen.
Put him right on his ass.
For all of you fans that are casual fans that don't follow the sport.
Google all this shit. What do you put you on game?
Who don't know who Yuri Boy Campus is. 56-0
with
56 knockouts.
No, 56 knockouts.
No, it was 50 knockouts. 56-0, 50 knockouts when he
was a beast.
Think about that. 50 knockouts. Man.
He was undefeated.
And Trinidad
and a former champion too. In his own right, he's a champion too.
Yeah, man.
He's a champion too, man. So in his own fucking right, man. I mean, he's not like an all-time great, but that motherfucker was doing his thing. And people fucking accuse, oh wow, it was inflated, you know, fucking fighting a bunch of, doesn't matter. You knocking motherfuckers out. You obviously got fucking power.
Hey, those taxi cab
he
drivers
showed that
got
power.
paid.
Hey, he showed that power when he fucking hit Trinidad with that short fucking left, bro. That was fucking bing.
People always knock on the Mexican fighters and say their records are inflated. Shit. Chavez was enough to get dissed and say that his record was inflated because he used to fight taxi cab drivers. How'd that turn out for Greg Huggin in that fight, man?
Right? Hey, get in the ring with one of them fucking taxi cab drivers.
They should have said Chavez is a Neanderthal
eight times out of 10.
Head level is an eighth or
eight times out of 10, the cab driver gonna fucking whoop your ass, dog.
Yeah.
So when you in Mexico, don't get tough.
I'm not trying to fight those cab
drivers.
drivers.
Don't get tough with the fucking cab driver, because guess what? They live the fucking hood. They're street motherfuckers. So they about that life, dog.
Yeah.
They about that life. So guess what? You want to knuckle up with them? They're like, shit. This is the fucking 35th one of fucking of the first half of the year. They scrap, bro. So yeah, shout out to the motherfuckers that do the work.
Yeah, man.
The journeymen. Shout out to them. But anyways, though, yeah. We're going all over the place. Where the fuck are we going with this initial?
Listen, we're going to close this out here. As we're closing out this segment, your boy Guapo Damas is going to ask a big question from him since we've been covering the 90s. And that's kind of where my heart went with this last part of the segment, right? We're covering the 90s, some of the big moments in the 90s. Tuesday night fights, Friday night fights, different fights, some of the... undercard fights that would take place on some of the big cards. But let's talk about the big cards now. When you think of the 90s, tell me what the biggest fight to happen in the 90s was for you.
Hey, Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson. That
happened in 2000 and something.
No, it was 96.
96 was Holyfield Tyson.
It was 96, homie. I had the program in my fucking house.
Oh man, you're gonna have to be humbled in a second.
Well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
You're 100% wrong, bro. Tyson versus.
Yeah, it was early 2000s, huh? I thought it was 96, dog.
I'm telling you, you're wrong, bro.
Yeah.
He fought
no, you're right. That was Evander Holyfield during that time. All right, whatever. You don't have to go look it up. You're right. You win again. Give me your props, Guapo.
Listen, so then,
anyways,
once again, I'm still asking about the question.
So anyways,
what was the biggest fight in the 90s? My answer is gonna not surprise you, but at the same time, you're gonna go, "Oh shit, I didn't think that's where you would go with it." But once you actually think about it, you're gonna know that.
It's gonna be De La Hoya for me.
De La Hoya versus who?
Oscar De La Hoya versus Felix Trinidad. No, that's still 2000s.
2000.
Damn, bro. I'm on the fucking.
Do you want me to get you started?
Wait! I know the answer.
What?
He said the 90s.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it fucking right off the bat, and it was fresh in. It was March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, 1990. Julio Cesar Chavez, Maldrick Taylor.
To me, that was the most influential fight, but that wasn't my best fight of the 90s. It should have been, because that's where I should have gone with it, but I didn't really go there with it. To me, the fight that, for me personally, in my own boxing passion, and what I wanted to see happen, there was a big fucking fight that happened in the 90s that was Pernell Whitaker versus Felix Trinidad. That's not where everybody. I mean, people probably won't even have it.
But I hear you because you're a Trinidad fan.
No.
And Pernell Sweet Pea was still pound for pound great, and Whitaker came with it, and Trinidad was just better.
I'm a humongous Felix Trinidad fan, but that's not why. I grew up being a humongous Julio Cesar Chavez fan, and Pernell Whitaker was the first dude that really put something on Chavez where you didn't know what the fuck has happened at the end of it. Even when he fought Meldrick Taylor, Chavez was still putting damage on Meldrick Taylor throughout the whole fucking fight. Man, Pernell Whitaker really put it on Chavez and made Chavez look stupid, just like he made a lot of people look stupid. That was to what level of greatness Pernell Whitaker was. Then he did the same shit to Oscar De La Hoya. To me, Oscar De La Hoya had already lost going into the Trinidad fight because he had lost to Pernell Whitaker. They just said, oh, Pernell Whitaker is not as marketable as the Golden Boy, and we still got to pay bills here, so Oscar De La Hoya is going to win that fight. And Pernell Whitaker, I think, had a legit gripe of saying that he was undefeated going into that Trinidad fight. There was absolutely no doubt that Trinidad beat him that night. And to me, watching the way that he beat him,
he's the only fighter.
The only fighter who ever put it on Pernell like that. And Pernell tried it. He did his old fucking shit that he did.
The only fucking fighter that can sit there without a debate because the De La Hoya fight was questionable. The Ramirez fucking fight was a complete fucking bogus. You know what I'm saying? And despite the fucking fact that Diobella Hurtado was dominating for 11 and a half rounds until the feather-fisted fucking Whitaker knocked his ass out and threw the fucking ropes to save that De La Hoya fight. Man, if you guys are listening in, if you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, man, we're putting you guys, we're sprinkling fucking game. Google these fucking names, man. Like, we talking boxing. This is fucking boxing. This is how deep we go. There ain't no fucking pen and pad. There ain't no fucking notes. We're just going off the fucking top. We're talking fucking boxing. You don't know. You want to learn a thing or two about the history of this fucking greatest fucking sport on the planet? Listen to our shit. You take notes. You Google. You YouTube. Trust me. We're putting you guys on fucking game.
It is boxing, right? We'll save this episode for a Tuesday release in honor of Tuesday Night Fights.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right, check it out, huh? So 4Level Boxing, you know what it is, what it do, man. Thank you guys for all for tuning in and showing up. We appreciate everything, man. We do what we do. We provide this fucking content. You guys don't even know it. We here, we grind. This is fucking work. But we do, man. We fucking do it for the love, man. We fucking love this shit. Thank you guys. Mean that shit. Don't forget to check out the merchandise too, man.
Listen, keep us doing this shit. So pick up the fucking shit and actually buy some of the merch, and that'll keep us going and keep bringing this fucking great content, right? No, man, we definitely thank you guys for continuing to support and continue to let us do this. Man, hey, keep joining us as we keep going through this journey that we call Boxing Banter. Guapo Damas, Mr. LP, 4luvofboxing.
See you next week.
The RTU Ikon Radio Podcast. There we are. Keep joining us every Friday, every Tuesday. Be looking out for the new episodes dropping, man. Very quickly, we're already high up there in episodes. Check out the past episodes. Actually grind it out and check out. Now we even have a couple people like Jordan Martinez who have been able to pick up different titles and different interviews now, and you can actually see the progression of where we're going with it. So check it out, man, and keep vibing with us. Keep supporting.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe, definitely. Hit that like button, too. Share it with everybody you know. I'm pleasantly asking for that support. You know what I mean? Yeah, much love. And we out. Man, that's how it is. At the top of the world, your boy Guapo Damas.